Hey, don't mind my basket sitting back there. I forgot it was sitting back there. I mopped the floor and I took it out of the bathroom. Excuse me, and I forgot to put it back in. Whoops. I was going to put it back in. I'm like, fuck it. It can just stay there. You got notified? Yay! It doesn't hate me today, at least for one person. Hey, Vita. So, so far, what have I done today? I colored, and it took me a long time. You did too, KJ? Nice. Um, I did a I don't know if you guys seen it or not. Hold on. This one, I thought it was a church. I couldn't figure out what it was, but this is what I did. Hold on. Come on. You can see it better on my other social media. But anyway, that took a hot minute because there was so many blues. Oh my lord. And I ended up one of my oranges was acting up and I have so many refills. I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna throw it out. So I took the ink out and put a different color as close as I could to it. I'm not even kidding. I have at least 100 and some refills. So I was like, I don't even know why I'm dealing with this. Any of them that act a fool anymore, I'm just gonna refill them, and then when they go, I'm just gonna buy a new set because there's ones I'm using that like are hard to use. They're scratchy and whatever, and they're not the way they're supposed to be. So I'm going to just start replacing them with the refills. Hey. So yeah, I've been trying to like go live and then I put up like one or two YouTubes, I put up like 5 Instagrams, put up a couple TikToks. And I kept getting sidetracked. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna go live for a minute. So but yeah, I'm not we got everything going good. The snake came out. The snake has kind of been ruminating, and she hasn't really wanted to come out to eat or anything. Like we've tried to feed her, and she wants nothing to do with it. Well, today we come out there, and she's like slithering around her cage, and she's yawning, and I was like, yeah, she's hungry. So we put a mouse in there, and she like, I guess she like nosed at it for a second, but then she like ate it. So that's good. Because she was just like, we would put a mouse in there and she would just ignore it. So I was like, well, she really needs to eat. Well, today she came out and she was nosing around. I put up a little video of her that I got while we were defrosting our bows. So she ate. So that was good. We got crickets for the lizards and the mud skipper. We just ordered a bunch of stuff. He had gotten some money and he's going to redo the mud skipper tank. I helped him get a filter, but he's got some rocks and some foam, and we looked up how to do a mud skipper tank a little bit better than what we have now. We weren't using the correct filter really. The rest of it really wasn't that bad. It was pretty accurate. It's not to his liking, but I mean, I was like, it's really not that different from the one that you looked up, other than the fact that the filter's different. So I guess there's supposed to be a little bit more land mass than what we have. We have it a little bit more like we have it more 50-50, and it needs to be more like 75-25, I guess. So we're gonna redo the mud skipper tank, um, which is good because it needs to be clean. So since it needs to be clean, this is like a really good time to restart and get it all cleaned up and everything. So I'm still waiting on the hermit crabs who have slightly woken up every now and then to get up and get out of their little burrow so that I can fix there's not enough substrate in there. They're still managed to be buried. They're all buried. Don't get me wrong. They're all buried. They managed to bury themselves. But there needs to be more substrate than this. And I put the substrate in and they were walking around, and then like a week or two later I'm like, yeah, we need to put more substrate in. I got them a bunch of rope toys and climbing walls, and I got all this stuff, and then I came in and they all decided to bury themselves. and you're not really supposed to like mess with them when they're buried because they're like doing their little regenerative thing. And there's one that kind of comes up every now and then. I don't know if he's like the lookout. I don't know. But I moved one of the sticks, that one right there, and they got mad and ended up burying themselves even further. But as soon as they start walking around again, I'm going to completely rehaul that tank. I got substrate ready. It's here. It's been here. I'm going to put some more substrate in and get all their climby walls and toys in there. My other ones are hibernating in their other tank too. The other tank has the two bigger ones, and they're doing the same thing. I guess it's about that time that they just decided they were all going to do it. Yeah, the new toys have been sitting here for like almost 2 months. They literally, I got them, and within like a week and a half, it was in the first 3 weeks because I immediately ordered their toys off of Temu, and it took them 2.5 weeks to get here. And in the 2.5 weeks it took them to get here, they were buried within another week before I could put them in. So yeah, I would like to get the cage finished because that cage is not even close to being finished, and it is frustrating me, but I don't want to go in there and disturb them. I mean, they're okay, they're in there, and like if I were to pull them out, it wouldn't like hurt them, but it's not ideal, and I don't want to do that. So like I've been waiting, but in the meantime their cage looks like shit, and I really want to fix it up. The other cage is like really nice. It's got, the climbing wall. That one's got a tiny, tiny, tiny climbing wall in it. But it's got, two different climbing walls in it and whatever. And I bought a bunch of stuff. I bought a bridge. I bought a climbing wall. I bought ropes. And they're asleep. I can't even put the extra substrate in because I have to mix the substrate. Because if I could just put it in there and plop it on top and let them weasel their way out, that would be one thing, but I need to actually mix it because there's a mixture in there of hermit crab sand and the cocoa fiber, and you need to mix it. And I can't mix it when the little crabbies are in there hibernating because then they'll get mixed up. Like I said, if it gets to the point where like I can pluck them out for a hot minute and fix up their cage and put them back because I've let them hibernate for a while. They are starting to move around a little bit. So I wouldn't feel as bad. Like they were like tucked down for a while, but they're actually kind of moving around a little bit. So I wouldn't feel really bad. I can't do it this Sunday because this Sunday is going to be the mud skipper overhaul. So I'm going to give them probably to like next Sunday and then probably bite the bullet and fix it up. One of the hermit crabs ate their other two hermit crabs. Well, one of two things happened. Either they were the wrong sizes. If one is significantly bigger than the others, it can do that, which is why I always try to keep mine the same size. Like the two in the living room are much bigger than the four that I have in this. The ones I have in here would be considered mediums. Smalls are like itty bitty tiny. I don't even like, I've had one small one ever. Small is a little bit too small for me. The medium ones are about this big. And then the larges are about this big. And then I have some extra large or jumbo ones in the living room. I did have one pass away. It was 3 years old. It was a 3-year-old hermit crab in captivity. That's a pretty good chunk of space. So he kind of went due to old age. But the other one, which is just about the same age, he's still in there. And I've had him about 3 years. And then as soon as the one passed, I got him a new friend because he's had a cage buddy since ever. He's never been alone. And I didn't want him to be alone. So I literally went out and got him a friend like almost ASAP, like almost that day or the day after. I didn't want him to be alone because he doesn't know how to be alone. I did have back when I first got them, I had some crabs and Ember of course had to have some, and then we combined them all, and I think I had 2 and she had 2 or something, and we put them in her room, and she didn't feed or water them, and one of them we went in there when she left, and 2 were still alive. I think she had 3 apparently. 2 were still alive, barely, and one was not only was it dead, it was just sitting in it had crawled, like, out of its shell and was sitting dead for how long, I have no idea. Um, so they had to look at their little friend dead, which irritated the ever living piss out of me. So we cleaned up everything and we put them in originally into this. Originally, they were the 2 big ones were in here. This is a 20-gallon. As they got bigger, we ended up putting them out in the living room in a 30-gallon and with lots of things to hide and climb and stuff. Um, and then I really like hermit crabs, so that was like the first one I've had die. Other than the fact the one that my kid killed. The one that I had for 3 years is the first one that had ever passed. Um, and I had gotten this set right here because I didn't want to put another aquarium because we have that aquarium, this aquarium, this aquarium, and this one's getting ready to be redone, and we never even put one in right there. Um, I took that one over because I was gonna get an aquarium and put puffers in it, and that was gonna be like my aquarium. But I'm not a huge fish fan. I do love puffers, but I'm not a huge fish fan. So I was like, I really like hermit crabs, so I got more hermit crabs. So there's four mediums in there, and then the 2 jumbos out in the living room. So how often do you have to offer larger shell? There's always larger shells offered. Always. Right now in that cage, there's 3. There's 3 in there right now. They can be really picky though. We had a shell in there for one of our jumbos, and neither one of them would touch the shell. Neither one of them would touch the shell. And so we had gotten a couple new ones and put them in there. And it's on my YouTube. I actually got one of the hermit crabs switching shells. It's like a 20-minute video or something. We actually got one of the crabs literally switching shells, which was so awesome to get on camera. But I always you have to measure them. Shells come in different sizes. So you have to kind of measure them and make sure that you have the next size available. The only problem is some hermit crabs like to live squished and some like to live big. So I have one that he always wants to cram himself into the smallest one that he can possibly put himself into. And then when he splays out, he looks like he's smushed in the shell because he's huge. But like a hermit crab is very strange to look at when they come out of their shell. They got these big, huge, like my one, it's like not even, it's big. My one is big, but it's like all claw up here. And then they have like a little tiny back. Like, I don't know how they move the shells, especially because the one is carrying a pretty heavy shell. He liked it. That's the one he wanted. But I don't know how they do it because their little ass ends are not big. But my one loves to cram himself into tinier shells. The other one, the shell's too big, in my opinion. So what I do is you have to measure the inside of the shell, the opening diagonally, and it'll be, this inch, whatever, this quarter inch. A lot of them is like 1 7/8, 2 and whatever. And you measure them and then you buy up one size. It does get significantly harder to find shells when they get into jumbo. Jumbo shells, 1, are not cheap, but 2, are hard to find. It's super easy to find medium and larges and even extra larges because that's about the time that most people have their hermit crabs, and most hermit crabs do not live real great in captivity. They're not the easiest pet to have. If you want to, have a hermit crab, you can go down to some, Jamaica or wherever they sell them, and put it in a little container like this with a little bit of sand. That's not what they need. This is not even, this irritates me so bad. I cannot even tell you. They need, this much dirt. I mean, easy. They need this much dirt easy. And they need a specific blend of dirt. You have to have a saltwater pool in their enclosure so that they can soak. You have to use dechlorinated water for them to drink. They cannot drink chlorinated water. You have to have specific food for them. They like to climb, so you have to have climby stuff. And So there's a lot that goes into having hermit crabs. So I think what it boils down to is a lot of people have hermit crabs when they are small, medium, large, and even extra large, but most people don't know how to keep them long enough for them to get to be extra large and jumbo. Like I said, our one is huge, but he's 3 years old. Um, a lot of people have medium is like the most normal size. Like if you go to a pet store, you're usually going to get a medium. I did come across a couple of larges, but usually they're either smalls or mediums. You get them as no, not babies. Babies are ridiculous, but small or usually medium is usually what you get. You have to keep them humid. You have to, you have to spray their dirt. They need a light. They need a heating pad. Like there's a lot that goes into hermit crabs, and I don't think people actually understand that. Yeah, hermit crabs are people are like, oh, a hermit crab's so easy. No, it's not. Not if you do it correctly. If you do it correctly with everything that's needed, I mean, you have to. They're pretty self sufficient. Like, don't get me wrong, they're pretty self sufficient. But if you don't know what you're doing, it's not going to thrive the way it should. So, like, it's frustrating the hell out of me that that tank is not set up correctly. And but like I'm rocking a hard place because like I can set it up correctly, but I'm going to disturb them. I'm feeling okay, better, more okay about disturbing them now because, like I said, they are moving around a little bit. I'm noticing that the ground is getting more like it's getting disturbed. When they go into a really good hibernation, they will flatten the sand to where you don't know where they are. You don't know that there's crabs in the cage. Like they will flatten it so that nobody knows where they are. And the dirt has been getting more disturbed. There's a whole spot that's disturbed. They're not out, but they're disturbed. So, um, like I said, next Sunday, because like I said, this Sunday we're gonna completely gut the mud skipper cage and redo it with a whole. We have a new filter coming, new lava rocks, foam to build up. We have our sand and our rock. We got the salt water because mud skippers are a brackish fish. Um, so you have to have a salt measurer to make sure that your brackish water is within a very small perimeter of livable. Um, so you have to be really careful. Usually, what we do, brackish water usually tends to be 1 gallon of salt water to 2 gallons of fresh water. So we usually put like 6 gallons in the water in the tank. But apparently, we're putting a little bit too much water. That's part of the reason we're redoing it. But yeah, they're starting to come out a little bit. And I'm just really wanting to get it fixed because it's so frustrating because I know that the tank is not set up correctly. I got them and I was like, oh, I'll just, they were up, they were really running around. And I'm like, oh, I'll get the stuff off of Timu. It'll be okay. And it'll be here. And we got it. And within the next 5 days that we were going to do it, they all buried themselves. So I really want to get it done. I hate the fact it's not done correctly. The other one's perfectly fine. It's been good for a long time. The only problem is they like to push their one piece of cork out, which kind of leaves an issue. But I'm gonna put everything in there that I bought so far and see if there's any other toys I need to get. But I bought a lot of toys for this tank to the point I may have to put one of the ropes in the other hermit crab. I bought a lot of toys for this tank because they need a lot of enrichment. They love to climb, so a lot of times you'll find them if there's a piece of cork that will go all the way up. This is like a 20-gallon tall, so that'd be kind of hard for it to do. I'd have to get a piece of cork essentially and kind of shave it down. But if you have a piece of cork that goes all the way to the roof, they'll climb on the roof. We find ours on the roof all the time. The big ones, they'll climb on the roof all the time. They like to climb upside down. They're climbers. So you have to make sure there's a lid if you have anything even close to the top because they will climb and they will climb out. Um, but I just really want to get this cage done. It is so frustrating. I hate that it is sitting there not accurate. It's driving me crazy. So I've never up until he passed, and like literally, like I don't know, like his little heart stopped or something. Like he was walking around that day, and he went down into his salt pool, and I guess he was having a hard time kind of getting out. And then he was at the front of the cage, and like he didn't even suck in. Like when he passed, like he looked like he was just frozen in time. And I was like, that's not how he acts. And I was like, what's going on? And yeah, apparently like he didn't even like suck in, and like he just literally just, like I don't know if his little heart stopped or what, but like I said, he was pretty old. I don't know what it says about how long. I mean, I love when they tell you like how long something can stay in captivity, but it's like realistically how long can they stay in captivity? Um Most people, can't keep them alive very long. See, like with proper care, they can live up to 20 years, 30 years, but that's not. Pet hermit crabs can live up to 15 years. It just depends. When I got him, I had him 3 years. I don't know how old he was before that. He could have been a year or two. He could have been 6 months. I don't know. Um, oh my God, the Endos crab can live 70 years. That's insane. That's insane. Um, yeah, I always like to make sure that they have a lot of space. Um, they love to have friends. They love to have friends, but I also like to give them enough space to move and climb and play and whatnot. So I try to give them at least a friend or a couple friends, depending on the side of the cage, and then but enough space that they can still move around um, freely and not be just climbing over each other. Because my jumbos, by the time they ended up being the size they are and the size of their saltwater swimming pool, by the time you put all that in there, and their food bowl, their water bowl, and then, the items, different rocks and whatnot, they don't have a whole lot of room, being bigger crabs. These guys will have more room because their swimming pool is not nearly as big. Their food bowl, their water bowl is not, humongous. Um, so, but yeah. Um, and then the mud skippers, we're going to get that done. I'm glad that we put the mud skippers in his room because the filter and everything was driving me a little crazy. And the filter that we're getting is going to drive me even more crazy. See, he is perfectly fine listening to like the trickly water thing. I am not, which is why you guys know that I'm always bitching about this tank right here, because like if I can hear it at all, which is why we have auto fillers, which is what those janky looking buckets on the floor are. I'm going to spray paint them one day so they're not hideous, but whatever. That's why we have auto fillers, because I can't handle the little trickle of water. So, can you guys talk? There's 23 of you in here. Somebody say something. I really don't care what at this point. It's kind of chill in here, and my husband has his fan going, which is blowing like directly on me, which I don't think it really ever happens. I don't know why it's directly on me. I think he said he had to move it or something, but now I can feel it, and it's annoying. Hi. How are you? um when I get done, um I got a pretty good setup now. I have my iPad sitting right here on a stand, and basically what I've been doing is putting Pluto TV on and like throwing on like Hell's Kitchen channel or the challenge channel, and then playing my shopping game, which I'm doing a lot better on the shopping game now, because when I first did it, I had a couple of days in the game where I just wasn't doing things, it was a brand new game. But once it glitched out and I had to restart it, I'm moving along a lot quicker, which is why I did want to start it over, but now I was forced to. I'm on day like 22 now or something, 22 or 30, I'm not sure. Um, and I'm already, what did I make it to? I think I'm somewhere in the convenience store heading towards the supermarket. I was getting ready to head into Mega Store when the game glitched. So I'm moving along pretty quick. I've only extended my store once, but I like the setup in the store better. So I was smarter with how I did stuff this time. Didn't have as much headache of moving stuff around and whatnot. Now that I know how the game plays, I was looking at other simulator games, and they all have really bad reviews. I have the two best reviewed simulators that I'm interested in, which is Chef Life and then Shop whatever supermarket, Shop Simulator Supermarket. Those are the ones that have the highest reviews. But I think a lot of them probably have bad reviews because people don't realize how redundant simulator games are. They're redundant. And especially in the beginning, they're a pain in the ass. Like when I first started playing this game, I'm like, this is not something I'm going to be doing. But as they get going and things open up, they change a little bit. But I have my cooking one, which is good. I just haven't played it in a while, and then my supermarket one. And I kind of want to try out a couple other ones. There's some ones coming out, like I guess later this year or next year. Why are you even putting them on the game shop? You don't need to be promoting them a year in advance. Yeah, I'm a creature of repetition. So for me, like putting this game on and just literally just zoning out while I have TV on was actually really enjoyable the past few days. Like all you do is you stock your shelves, you make sure the prices are accurate, you ring up the groceries, and you just kind of keep going up in ranks. And that sounds completely boring, but I don't know. It's just like for me, it's not stressful. Like it can get a little stressful, but not really. Cause like the customers don't get mad. Like if the lines are too long, they don't get mad. They just wait. They just wait. Um, yeah, I'm not a huge try a new restaurant fan. I like to go to my same restaurants and order the same thing. I'm a creature of habit. I like routine. As long as it's not a forced routine, then like I kick in. But yeah. So I order like the same, like at Applebee's, I order the same three things. At Cracker Barrel, I order the same two things. At McDonald's, I order the same four things. Burger King, I order the same thing. Every now and then I'll order the other thing. Subway, I order one thing. Penn Station, I order one thing. Mongolian, I order one thing. Like, that's just I'm very stuck in my ways. I don't Texas Roadhouse one thing. Like if I go to a restaurant, I know what I'm ordering. I'm not trying a bunch of new shit. I'm not going to eat it anyway. Yeah, Subway has to be a ham and cheese with lettuce, tomato, and onion with no sauce now because all of their sauces suck. So I have to eat it dry. But that's the same thing at Penn Station. I will do ham and cheese, lettuce, tomato, and onion, and then I'll put mayonnaise because they have Hellman's. And then I accidentally got honey mustard on it one time, so I actually do put a line of honey mustard on it. I have to ask for the onions though; they don't come on them normally. And I do it grilled. I do the smallest one. I don't order their fries. I don't get a drink. Yeah, it is exact KJ, like you were reading in my mind. Like I hate trying new things because it's a waste of money. Because if I don't like it, what am I supposed to do? Then I got to order something out. Then I got to order my go-to. I could have just ordered my go-to then. Um, one thing that I'm lucky with is if I do want to try something new, he'll eat it. Like, it's not going to go to waste per se. Um, but it's just more money I'm going to have to shell out, and that just irritates me because I'm a very, very frugal person. Even when we have money to spare, even when we're doing good, even when I have a ton of money, I live frugal. That's what I do. I don't believe in spending a lot of money. So if I go to a restaurant, I know exactly what I'm ordering. I know exactly, like, if I'm like, hey, let's go to Applebee's, I know our bill's going to be blup because I know what I'm ordering and I know the four things he orders. So I know our bill's going to be here to here, like every time, which makes it nice and easy, to be honest. Cracker Barrel's easy because I either get dinner or breakfast. I either get pancakes or chicken. That's it. That is it. That is all I will get there. I will either get their pancakes. Sometimes I will just get pancakes. I have decided that because they always fuck up my eggs, and I'm not a huge fan of their breakfast meat except for the ham, and there's always an upcharge. And then it comes with hash browns, but it's the hash brown casserole, which is nasty. So then I got to pay extra to get normal hash browns because now it's more potatoes, so it costs more, which is stupid. But they actually have a thing at Cracker Barrel where you can just get two pancakes for like $5. So I'll just go in and do that. That, or I'll get the grilled chicken tenders with usually, I'm always confused though, because I'll get mashed potatoes and then either dumplings or fried apples usually. Every now and then I'll get the carrots, but, and like they redid their biscuits and their biscuits are freaking amazing now. I used to get the grilled sourdough. Yeah. Yes! Oh my, yes! Are we the same person? I feel like we're the same person. I'm not even kidding. Like everything that you're saying, that is literally, yep. They're grilled chicken tenders. That's all I get. That is all I get is the grilled chicken tenders. And then you get the fried apples as like a little dessert. Absolutely. Yep. Yep. You can't make them at home. I've tried. And they tell you that it's supposed to be Ken's Sweet Vidalia. It's not. I have tried everything under the sun to try to make these damn chicken tenders, and you can't make them. I don't like ours changed its gravy, so I'm kind of frustrated. But the other day I went to Cracker Barrel and I ordered my go-to, which was grilled chicken tenders, and then I got the mashed potatoes, dumplings, and fried apples. They somehow weirdly brought me a huge thing of chicken and dumplings with the side of dumplings and mashed potatoes. And I'm like, no. Like, how did you do that? How did you do that? Like, that's not even a thing. Um, but yeah, our for some reason, our because the type eggs that I like are one of the harder eggs in a restaurant to make, and you wouldn't think they would be hard, but I've only been Waffle House made my eggs correctly, and Cracker Barrel will on a 50-50 shot. I get medium. I'm very particular about my eggs. I have a very bad egg texture issue. I can eat scrambled if my husband makes them because my husband learned the way that my mom made them. I do not like 90% of scrambled eggs. I have to have a lot of butter and milk in mine. Um, but I eat medium eggs, and people do not know how to make medium eggs. Either they make the yolk too runny or they don't cook the whites long enough. And medium egg is supposed to be like a much firmer, tougher white with a runny, like a gooey yolk and not like a sunny side up yolk. So it's, and then my husband knows how to make them, but he'll break like three before he can do them. And then he's yelling and screaming because we're wasting eggs. But yeah, so I don't get to have perfect eggs very often at all because by the time you get the white where it needs to be, the yolk might not be where it needs to be. And if you get the yolk where it needs to be, the white could end up, being overcooked. And unfortunately, that's just the way I always learned to eat eggs. I didn't even know there was different versions of eggs. I thought a fried egg was a fried egg. I didn't realize it was sunny up and medium and all that. I didn't know any of that till I was older. And so um I'll get the pancakes and hash browns at McDonald's with a Sprite. And I'll get one really good deal though is at Burger King. You can get an entire combo of, well, actually, it's not a combo. You have to make it. French toast sticks, hash browns, and a pop is like $6. Not even kidding. Like, it's a great deal. I will eat French toast sticks on occasion, but I will not eat breakfast sandwiches. I want to try this one breakfast sandwich at Wendy's, but I'm scared because I know I'm not going to like it and then I'm going to waste money. My husband keeps telling me that there is a breakfast sandwich at Wendy's I need to try because it's got like a hollandaise sauce on it, which I've never had, but like I want to try, but like I'm scared to try it. I'm not a breakfast sandwich fan. I do want to try a McGriddle, but I'm going to wait till he's with me because anything that I don't eat, he'll eat. If I get something and I don't like it, he'll eat it. Otherwise, it's going to go in the trash because I'm not a breakfast sandwich fan. My husband will eat breakfast sandwiches. Like if we're traveling or whatever, and it's breakfast time, I will literally just get hash browns because you can't eat pancakes in the car. So I will literally just get hash browns. No matter where I'm at, I'll just get hash browns. And then he'll get some breakfast sandwich. I tried a breakfast sandwich the other day. It was a sausage egg biscuit or something. I can't do the egg texture. It's disgusting. I don't know how people do it. The egg texture is abhorrent. I only eat salads at certain places because when I go out to a restaurant, because I can't have the dressings I normally have at home because they don't have the dressings I have at home. Because growing up, we would eat Italian dressing on like lettuce and cucumbers, and if we made like chef salads, we would use Italian and French combined or Catalina. It was Catalina, but apparently other places have French, whatever. And we would mix the Italian dressing with the Catalina, so it was like bittersweet. You can't do that at restaurants. I do it at salad bars if they have it. But so it has to have a good ranch, and a lot of restaurants do not have good ranch dressing. They just don't. Applebee's has phenomenal ranch dressing though. Cracker Barrel's is pretty good too. There's a hole in my blanket. It's making a cold draft, and I'm so not cozy. I have so many. I have a standard robe. I have a robe that zips up that goes almost to the floor with a hood. That thing's amazing. I have a wearable blanket that you pull over and it goes to like my knees, and it's like a 7X. It's freaking huge with a hood. My mother-in-law got me this, which is what I wear when I'm gaming. It is, please don't fall down. It is, she was supposed to get me one that had a heating unit in it, but they ran out, so she got me this one, and I guess the heating one is supposed to be on the way. I don't freaking know. But this one, instead of being like a robe, it's like a front robe. So like the arms are up here. The arms, hold on, and they're freaking huge. So like there's arms here, and then I use this when I'm gaming. It like goes all the way up. I think I'm rolling on it. Hold on. There we go. It's really, really long. But hi Audra. Audra wanted me to tell everybody hi. But see, it goes up like this. Hold on. Why you would need sleeves like this, I have no idea. But that way then you just lean against the chair, and it's like a wearable blanket. It's got a little pouch right here. I don't know. And then you can wrap it underneath your feet. It's really long, so you can wrap it underneath your feet. But this is really good for gaming because by the time you sit back like this, and yeah, it's like a snuggie essentially. And bye Audra, feel better. So this is really good for gaming because then you don't have really nothing against your back, and you can wrap it underneath your feet. So this works for this, you know. Um, oh hey Kim, how are you? Oh, you're a subscriber now or a member now. Thank you. Hi. Go to bed. Sweet dreams. Actually, I'm gonna leave this on because now I'm comfortable. So yeah, so I have a plethora of warmy devices. I have a standard robe, a zippy robe, this, a wearable jacket, a wearable blanket. Two of them have hoods. I spend a lot of time being cold. I got a lot of really nice socks. I got some really good like sock boots, short ones, tall ones. I just like to be warm. When I sleep, you all would laugh if you saw how I sleep. Yes. I don't have a hole in my blanket. I do have these really holy sleeves though. You sidetracked me. Oh, when I sleep, if you were to see me sleeping, it is ridiculous. Um, I'll put in earplugs. I put my hood up like this. I put my hood up when I'm sleeping. I will wear a hoodie to bed. I'll do this. I'll put a eye mask on that goes like this. So I have my hoodie. A lot of times, if I'm really lucky, my hoodie is like really heavy. So like it'll go down like this, and then I'll put a eye mask on that go. There, I have really good eye masks, and it'll go across here, and then I pull the blanket up like this. Like other than my nose holes, like that's all you can see is my nose holes when I'm sleeping because I like to be wrapped up. And then I sleep in a now I have a comforter. I do a sheet, a comforter, and two like lap blankets. One is fleece and one is Sherpa. My room gets to be like I'm not even kidding, like 50 degrees at night sometimes because I don't have any really heat in there. So and I don't like to run my fireplace when I'm sleeping because then I get too warm. So I just bundle up really good. And then plus I have my two dogs. So my two dogs keep me warm. But and I it's like I usually wear socks to bed. Sometimes I don't. But then I've gotten so trained to doing it that I feel weird if I don't. So but yeah, I'm very all about being super warm. I hate being cold. Cold makes me hurt. Cold makes me hurt. It just hurts my joints, and so I just spend a lot of time being super warm. A lot of people can't sleep with socks, and I never could. But now, if I don't have socks on, and it's really weird because I spent most of my life being completely neurodivergent with socks. My mom had to cut the feet out of my sleepy feet pajamas. I've always had a big issue with socks, and lately I want socks on my feet all the time. Like right now, I just washed my slippers this morning, um, so I'm wearing my slippers. The dog's got a hold of my other pair of slippers because they're assholes. But I have a lot of socks now. Yeah, my face has to be cool. But I get like I don't have like the dollar store eye masks. My eye masks are really good. They're really thick and they have a padding around the eyes. So it pads so your eyes aren't touching the eye mask and then it comes down really far to where I mean they're big eye masks. They're like this and they cup around your eyes. Um and you can make them as tight as you want. And it really like I that's part of the way I sleep trained myself because I was having a hard time going in and having a hard time falling asleep. But if you sleep train yourself with an item, I can go to bed in like 3 minutes. If I go lay down, I will be asleep in 3 minutes. Um, my sleep training is putting in earplugs and putting on an eye mask. It's not, oh, well, it's dark and quiet. Of course you can sleep. You can sleep train yourself with pretty much anything. If you do the same routine every night, your body starts to realize that it's bedtime. Like you could do like moisturizing your feet. Like if you know that before you go to bed, you're going to moisturize your feet, when you moisturize your feet and you lay down, your body goes, "Oh, it's bedtime." So I have my whole little routine that I do, and I literally can go in my room. Like if I went in there right now and I did my routine, I would be asleep in 3 minutes. It's just how it works. So I always suggest people do sleep training, especially people that are like, I can't sleep at night. Try sleep training. It'll work. Yours is your medication routine. Yeah, I have to do my medication. That's not one that'll put me to sleep though. Um, for me, it's the act of knowing that I'm gonna have my senses tuned out. Now I can sleep without those items. It just feels wrong, if that makes sense at all. Like if I don't have my earplugs in, I feel like I'm not supposed to be hearing stuff. And if I don't have my eye mask on, I feel like naked without my eye mask because it takes up so much of my face that I feel like I'm not covering up my face correctly. So that's kind of where that is. I have hands. My hands look so little. Look how big these sleeves are. My hands look itty bitty. Um, but yeah, so I always, because I go to bed at a really stupid time. So what happens is, I go to bed at 6 to 10 in the morning usually. So I usually get dressed for the day before I go to bed because that way I can just get up and be ready, I guess. So like sometimes I will sleep in the same clothes and whatever, but usually I will change my clothes before I go to bed. So like this outfit will be gone and I'll put on my new outfit before I go to bed. And I live in hoodies. I live in hoodies and leggings and sweatpants. I am nothing good to look at, I will tell you that. I do not take pride in my appearance at all. I will not wear makeup. I will not do my hair. I will wear the baggiest, most comfortable clothes, and that is just it. Like, my husband's not a huge fan of makeup. Um, I spent right now, he's just happy I have hair. He doesn't like when I shave my head bald. Like he doesn't mind if I have like spikes or short hair, but he's not a fan of like when I like completely shave it off. And the closest I can do to have my hair out of my face right now is to keep it longer and keep it in a ponytail. I don't keep it down almost ever. Like when I get up, I take my ponytail out, I sit it next to the bed, and then when I get up in the morning, it goes straight back into a ponytail. The only time my hair stays out of a ponytail is right after I wash it, which honestly is stupid. I might as well just put it up in the ponytail because it's just going to go up in the ponytail anyways. It's just harder to dry. So I try to let it dry at least for a while and then put the ponytail in. I used to even sleep with my ponytail in. When there wasn't quite as much hair, I would actually sleep with it in. But now I don't because there's more hair and it's a little bit more uncomfortable to sleep with. So we had some leftover chicken and I was like, "What are you doing?" He was like, "Well, I'm making chicken salad." And he's taking all the chicken and making chicken salad. And I'm like, "I don't eat chicken salad, dude." He's like, "Well, you want a piece of the chicken then?" Yeah, I have to eat dinner. So I made some mashed potatoes to go with it. He made chicken salad, which if it was warm, which it was when he made it, because he cooked up the chicken again to warm it up, I could have probably handled it. But I don't eat cold chicken salad. It's weird to me. I don't eat when I make egg salad sandwiches, I don't like it cold either. I like it right after it like room temperature right when you first make it. Once it goes in the fridge, I'm probably not eating it because then the egg whites have a weird texture and I'm not eating it. For some reason the texture isn't quite as bad when they're lukewarm as it is when they're cold. So I don't eat I will eat tuna salad on occasion if I make it and I know then I can, but tuna salad at like some of these like sub shops They'll put like lemon juice in it. Weird. That's weird. I'm not doing that. The only thing I want in it is Miracle Whip and onion. Like, that's it. I'm not putting, like, what was it? Jimmy John's. When I was at college, me and my sister in law, we would go to Jimmy John's. They knew my order when I walked in because we went to Jimmy John's a lot. We went there almost every day we went to college. Every now and then we'd eat at Wendy's, but almost never. And that was usually, I usually did that if she didn't come or whatever. But we would, whenever we'd go to Jimmy John's, I always got my ham sandwich and she always got tuna. And apparently the tuna, from what I understand, has like lemon juice in it, which is just weird to me. I don't understand that concept. But yeah, there was a Jimmy John's not too far from the college. It was like right down the street. There was a couple other places, but Jimmy John's was that was just where we went whenever we, our college schedule. We I think it was started at like I think it was like 4:30 to 10:30. I think we went 4:30 to 10:30. So we'd leave the house at 3, about 3 o'clock usually, and we'd drive up there. Sometimes we drove together, sometimes we didn't. Um, and because it took an hour to get up there. And then if we got up there early enough, we would go to Jimmy John's before we went to school. And then, have to drive home. I would get so tired on the way home. I get road hypnosis pretty easy. And driving home, it was a straight shot. Once you got off a 9 mile and on a telegraph, it was just a straight shot for an hour. Or if you took the expressway, you'd have to take the expressway through Detroit, and um you had to pay attention because sometimes there was sneaky exits, and I ended up on off of John R, which is not the best area. um and I couldn't really figure out how to get back on. There's sneaky exits, so you have to be careful. um yeah, I almost always just took telegraph home, and it was just a straight shot, and like straight shots are so boring. I just get like there was a couple times I fell asleep while I was driving, not even kidding. I woke up one time, I was literally this close to the car next to me. Like I looked over and I could have touched the car. Thank God I was like, and if for some reason, I mean, like I've gotten tired driving numerous times, but like I don't know what it was driving home from school. It wasn't because of the time of night at all. It was just the freaking drive was just it was so monotonous. Just monotonous. Just driving for an hour in a straight line. Like there was no curves, there was nothing. It was just straight shot. Because that's how Michigan is. Michigan's very gridded. So everything is just very straight. We don't even have like turns. Like everything is just straight. Yeah, I was very lucky. I remember the first time I got in a car accident. I was getting ready to turn left. Or no, the guy in front of me was getting ready to turn left. I was going straight. And I got rear-ended so bad. This guy was doing 50, 60 miles an hour when he rear-ended me. And the guy in front of me, he saw it happening. I'm not paying attention. I was changing the radio station. I'm paranoid now. I can tell you that because I've been rear-ended twice. Same exact thing. The first time the guy in front of me was getting ready to turn left, he gunned it. He was like, if I wouldn't have moved, you'd have been done because I'd have been crunched in between the two cars and it would have been bad, bad. He gunned it and I flew. I don't even know how far I flew when that dude hit me. The second time I was turning left and the dude hit me doing 50, 60 miles an hour. And the first time I got hit, both times was by 20 something boys. And the first time I got out of the car on pure adrenaline and I am screaming at the guy. First of all, so the responders show up. They're like, you shouldn't have moved. They're like, get back in the car. You shouldn't have moved. You could be hurt. And I'm like, I'm fine. And I get out of the car and I'm screaming at this dude that I'm going to kick his ass. I was so mad. And this girl, she happened to be a responder who just happened to be in behind us. She was like, he fell asleep. And I immediately just went, oh, okay. Like, I was like, I'm not even going to be mad. Like, as many times as my dumb ass drove when I shouldn't have when I was tired, um, I was not about to make this kid feel any worse. His passenger was like tripping balls, obviously. Um, his car was toast. Like his car was toast. It was just smashed in. Um, I had a great car, and if I ever get another one, we've had two. I had one, and he had one, and I would totally have one again. It was a Chrysler 200, and when they hit me, my headrest pop out. And a Chrysler 200, it's like a what is it? It's a bougie car thing that happens. I don't know why my 200 had them, but it did. And both times it saved my ass because when it pops out almost like an airbag, it pops forward. So when you go forward, when you come back, your head doesn't snap all the way back. Matter of fact, the guy who fixed my car he was like, I have not seen this. And I was just like, oh, because I would have had bad whiplash as hard as I was hit both times. I was at a dead stop. But my car, my bumper fell off. That was it. And my bumper stayed on. I drug it part of the way, but my bumper stayed on all the way till I got to my mom's. Um, both times, that's all that happened. I had a lot of damage to the car. It cost me about $7,000 each time. But like cosmetically, my bumper fell off. That was it. Your husband's lucky. Back when I was a kid, there was this older guy that I was friends with in a way that a 6-year-old is friends with adults. I don't know. Um, he ended up rear ending a semi, and he didn't live. They had to have a closed funeral. Actually, they had to have a closed casket. I don't know if he was drunk. I don't know if he was speeding. I don't know if he fell asleep. I don't know. But he rear-ended the semi and they had to have a closed casket funeral. I had to go. I've only ever been to like a few funeral homes. One, two, three, four, five. I guess I went to my grandma's, but I don't remember because I was 5. I guess I've been to like 6, maybe 7. I don't remember. Um, the latest one I went to my uncle's in 2018, and my dad had a wake. He wasn't even there for the wake. We didn't get his ashes back in time, so we were talking to a box. It was weird. Anyway, my uncle's was in 2018. A friend of mine that I'd known for 25 years was in like 2008. And then I went to a couple when I was a kid. And of the two of all, I actually went to 2 closed caskets. One was the rear ending of a semi, and the other one was a horrific murder. I was 9, and a friend of the family was horrifically murdered. I'm talking hammers, fire. It was bad. And so they had to close casket her. Um, he walked away with no injuries. Damn. I don't know what my Instagram is doing to me, but when I get on Instagram and I'm scrolling for some reason, um, because I made the bad decision to watch like 5 bad car drivers, um, a lot of my algorithm is like bad drivers and car accidents, which drives my husband crazy because he hates watching that kind of stuff. Not that he watches them, but he won't let me send them to him. But I've seen so many cars just taken out by the back of semis, just gone. The one I saw most recently before I got on here was a Mustang, and it split in half, and the driver was found like I don't even know how far away from the car, deceased, obviously. I've watched so many just horrific crashes, and I'm like, part of me is like, how do I get these off my algorithm? Because I will watch them and watch them and watch them, but then there's times where I want to watch something else and I can't get away from my algorithm now. It's like all car crashes and conspiracy theories. Hey, I put in chat an hour ago that I was live. What's your excuse? I'm kidding, kind of. I'm kind of kidding. I need to start putting up my membership thing so people can get more memberships. I had it on there and then I keep forgetting. I need more people to get memberships. I haven't put the membership thing up in like 2 months. I need more memberships. He totaled the car, split the frame badly, but it's a Nissan Sentra and he didn't get hurt. Yeah. I already know. I know the last I talked to you, you were in a foot bath. And I know you weren't in a foot bath for 2 hours, your feet would have fall off. Is there something else I was supposed to know? I'm hungry. I don't know what's wrong with me. I've been hungry today. I don't get very hungry, but I'm hungry. I haven't left my house. Well, no, that's not true. I had to leave my house yesterday. I hadn't left it for a couple of days. I had to leave it yesterday because I had my husband go get, on the way home, I said, stop and get the groceries. I got them in our town, not his works town. I usually put him in his works town so he can grab them when he comes home, but we didn't know if he was going to work on Monday. So I was like, well, I'll get him in town. That way, if you don't work, we can just grab them easy. And if you do work, you can get him on the way home. So he takes the car to work, and I tell him, I'm like, by the way, don't forget to get the groceries. They're in town. I told him this like 5 times. He calls me freaking out. They don't even have your order. I said, where are you at? And he was in the other town. And I was like, no, they're in town here. So he's losing his mind because he had a commitment that he was supposed to do. He was already an hour late because of work. I was like, come home. I will go get them. So we came home. I grabbed some food and went and grabbed the groceries real quick. But that was the first time I'd been out in a few days. And like now I'm sitting here thinking, damn, I want a cheeseburger. I don't know what it is. Whenever I'm on live, all of a sudden I want cheeseburgers. I actually got a hamburger yesterday. Hamburgers where I go, they're entirely too big. Big hamburgers. Ah, I wondered if that's what you were talking about. I feel that. You saw what I went through. Oh my god. I knew I made it through his brain when he wasn't yelling back at me. I was just like, ah, like no, 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 no. But it got done. It got done. It got done. So that's all that matters is it got done. I got to turn the snake cage off. He turned off all the other ones. I got to turn the snake cage off. We left it on because she came out and she was nosing around for food, so he fed her before he went to bed. But we left the light on so that she could see. I don't know why. It's a snake. They don't see very well anyway, but I guess we were trying to be nice. So I got to turn her light off. I'm just trying to figure out, like, I actually thought about doing diamond art when I got off here. I haven't done a diamond art in like 900 years. And I still have diamond art. Because, you know me, whenever I get into a hobby, I have to buy everything known to man for it. So I still have a ton of diamond art. A ton. Ton. On top of all my coloring stuff, on top of all my kinetic sand and slime, which I don't even know where that went. It's here somewhere. I moved it because that's where my coloring stuff is now. I don't even know where it went. Oops. My husband, he doesn't understand my coloring thing that often. He's like he sees like the big coloring books and he's like, "What is the point in these? You're not 5." I don't have any of those. But I showed him the other day. I was like, "This is why people get the big coloring books. They get the alcohol markers and they do the blending and they make it look like actual art." And I was like, "I don't think I can do that." He's like, "You could with practice." And I'm over here like, I said, "Well, I just bought a ton of acrylic paint markers." I said, "So I'm not going to do what I normally do and buy everything under the sun." I said, "I'm going to use my paint markers and my gel pens." I said, "Maybe one day I'll move up to the alcohol markers, but like right now I just bought paint markers. I have all my all my gel pens. I have like 5 or 6 coloring books that like I technically don't need. So I'm kind of thinking about taking them down to like the library and just donating them for kids because I don't like the texture of the book or I don't like the coloring in the book or whatever. So I'm thinking about going through them because I really only use like 4 out of my like 12 books. It's hard when you buy them off of Amazon because you don't know what you're getting. And so the paper stock might be weird, the print might be weird. Um, certain mediums color differently on different paper. And a couple of the ones I have are like really thin paper, which I can use with my gel pens. But out of the ones I only use 2 out of like 4 or 5 of the books I got because they're just printed weird. I never did put that video up. I had a video of me showing all of my coloring stuff, like all the books and all the stuff I had, and I forgot to put it up because I show like part of the problem with the books. If I had all the money in the world, I would DoorDash. I won't for 2 reasons. Number one, financially, it is ridiculous. I am not going to pay essentially $20 for a $7 combo. By the time I pay for delivery and a tip, I'm not paying $20 for a cheeseburger combo when I can go for $20 and go to like Texas Roadhouse. Like, I'm not doing it. 2, I get paranoid of people being around my food. I can't even remember the last time I had a pizza delivered. We've never had a pizza delivered in Kentucky. And I think we may have had delivery like twice during our marriage. Like, my mom would get it delivered. My mom would get pizza delivered all the time because my mom didn't like to drive at night, and also she was always drinking, so she wouldn't get in the car, thank God. But I don't do pizza delivery. By the time I pay for delivery and a tip, I could get a whole nother pizza during snowstorms. Oh wait, what's this now? How can my connection be unstable on an Ethernet? I am literally on an Ethernet. How does that even work? Did it reboot for 12 o'clock? Are we good? Can you guys hear me? It just said something weird. I think it just tried to kick me off for 12, even with the Ethernet. Okay, good. Perfect. Okay. It was like, your connection's unstable. I'm like, bitch, I am wired in. What do you mean it's unstable? Like, I am literally on an Ethernet because I'm tired of being kicked off. I'm so glad we have wireless internet because we are tethered into everything in here. Our PlayStations are tethered in. My computer's tethered in. Now our other TVs, the TV in his room, my room, and the living room, and our phones obviously run on Wi-Fi, but everything in here runs off of Ethernet. We Etherneted everything in. That way we wouldn't have issues during our gaming or my lives. You got a Final Fantasy ad? Yeah. I don't know. I kind of think about doing a diamond art tonight. See, I don't do the diamond art that a lot of people do. I do keychains essentially, keychains, magnets, things like that. That way I can finish them. To me, I have to have a level of completion. I don't want to just do half a picture, roll it up, put it away, get it out later. Like I like to actually finish what I'm doing in one swoop. What do you mean I won't let it fully download? I need to lotion this. There's a dry spot and it's irritating me. So I'm gonna do what you should never do and pick at it. Okay. I don't need lotion. I mean, I don't want not a lotion fan. I actually am a lotion fan, but I never use enough of it. But I kind of feel like I need some on my desk sometimes because I don't want to walk the 10 feet to the bathroom, apparently. You get an error? That's weird. My water bill went up. Ever since I got my dishwasher, my water bill went up by like $20 a month. The only thing I can think of is because we got a dishwasher, we eat here more because then we don't have to wash the dishes. So I feel like we dirty more dishes, so then we run the dishwasher more often. And hopefully that's why it went up, because if not, that means we have a leak somewhere. And I don't even want to think about or deal with that. And I don't think we do because it's staying the same. And the last time we had a leak, I knew exactly where the leak was. It was the toilet was running weird. And once we fixed it, it was fine. And it's been since we got the dishwasher. So, oh, Sissy's in the cushy bed. She's never in the cushy bed. That's weird. Hmm. Somebody's snoring. It sounds like it's coming from Pepper, but it's probably Sissy. Sissy, is that you? You ain't gonna answer me. You're passed out. So that was Sissy. I have a Scream diamond art that I haven't done yet. It's Ghostface talking on the phone, and it's like a wind chime, or what do you call those that you hang in the window? Sun catcher. I do a lot of the sun catcher ones. Um, I either do sun catchers, stickers, keychains. I've never actually done like coasters, but because I have no need for them. But and magnets. I like doing magnets. I have the magnets all over my fridge. But I ran out of magnets to do. I don't have any magnets left. Or do I? I don't think I do. I think I did all the magnets, but I have a lot of like the sun catcher slash keychains. I had a bunch of them hanging up in my bathroom, but I think only like 4 of them are still standing. I think the suction cups fell off of them and they busted or something, if I remember correctly. I have to look. Now I'm wondering what all I have in there. I haven't looked at my diamond art collection in a minute. I know I have a bunch of mushrooms because I was going to put the mushrooms up on my window. Yeah, that's Sissy. I bought a pack of like 15 mushrooms. And I think I got like 4 done. What happens is I pick up a hobby. I will do it for like 2 months. I have like a 3 month span for everything. I'll do it for like 2 or 3 months, and then I will forget it exists for like 6 months to a year. I haven't done diamond art in a long time. I actually made some diamond arts and some. One time, I sent like 4 or 5 people. I colored, and then I did a diamond art, and then I sent them each a letter. It was like a thank you package that I did for a couple people. I wonder what I'm gonna have to look at my diamond art when I get in there. Maybe they got new magnets. Oh, they have flowers. Ooh, wait, what? Oh, these ones are cute. Oh, they have mandalas for the fridge. Oh, guys, they got a whole nother. They got a whole bunch more magnets. I did a bunch of food ones. Like I have chicken legs and eggs and pizza and hot dogs and stuff. But these ones are cute. They have mandalas. I like doing mandalas. Then they have ones that have flowers and gnomes and mushrooms. I like the mandalas though. I like doing mandala anything. There's a bunch of wow. Last time I did, I'm like I had done like all the magnets you could do, and now there's a ton of magnets. Holy cow! Ooh, there's a bunch of food ones. Hold on, 30 pieces of food. Hold on. Let's see how many of these have I done, or do I have? I've done a hamburger. It don't look like that. I've done a pizza. It don't look like that. I've done a hot dog. It don't look like that. I've done a drink. It does look like that. I've done the fry one. I've done a popcorn, but it doesn't look like that. Oh man, I'm about to get these. I'm about to get these. They're pretty good size too. I'm about to get these. I'm gonna put them on my wish list right now. I'll get them later. I love the food ones. And then where was the other ones? The mandalas. Where'd the mandalas go? There's only 12 mandalas. God, those look complex. Oh, they're different mandalas. Ooh, what is this? Ones that look like marble. What is a vintage mandala? Oh, those are pretty. Green mandala? Oh, they're all green. Duh. Classic mandala. Those are cute, but I really like the food ones. I may have to get those. Snowflakes, hearts, donuts, fruit. Where were all these? That's part of the reason I quit doing them because I ran out of sticker or ran out of magnets to do. Oh, there's a bunch of animals. That's why I quit doing them. I ran out of magnets. I like doing magnets. Wow, that's a lot of mandalas. I may actually have to get those. There's a bunch of drinks. I think that's going to be in my list of things to get. I wish I used coasters, but my dogs will eat them. So I need to look into more sun catchers too. I think I got like one or two left. I think I should do my Scream one tonight. Oh, those owls are so pretty. Oh my gosh. Oh, those owls are pretty. Are they big? They look big. By CMs, like I don't know what CMs are, dude. Those are pretty though. Oh wow. Owls, puppies, animals, cupcakes, toys. Are those mason jars? Are you kidding me? Hold on, let me put these owls in here real quick. Oh shit, did that work? Okay, cool. Let me look. What's that one? Mason jars? It looked like mason jars. I have a thing for mason jars. It's mason jars. Oh my gosh. Where was all this stuff, man? I would have kept doing. Oh my god, those are fairies. Oh my god. I would have kept doing these if there had been more magnets. Now there's magnets. Now I may get into this again. Dragons. There's so many, y'all. I cannot even explain to you how many magnets there are. Cows. Yep. I think I'm gonna be doing some of these. I'm gonna try to use some of the ones that I have first, though. Hedgehogs. Just hedgehogs. Yeah. I'm trying to not do the whole just get a whole bunch of stuff thing. So I'm gonna go in there, see what all I have before I order any more. I'm trying to stop. I'm trying to stop doing that. I'm really snowflakes for $7. I don't like snowflakes though. I'm trying to stop hoarding hobbies. Whenever I get a hobby, I like when I hoard stuff. Oh my god, 12 pieces of rainbow pride stuff. Are you kidding me? Hold on. Those are so cute. Holy shit. Oh wow, they have a bunch. Wow, what? They got a lot of pride diamond art. What the hell? Those are so cute. Holy shit. Which one's coming? This one? These are cute. Well, now I know about those. Those are cute. Yeah. Oh, sea turtles. I'm going to maybe do the Scream one tonight. And hang it somewhere in my room because it'll match in my room somewhere. Ooh, Halloween ones. Oh, there's more food. Not as cute as the other food I saw though. You guys, talk to me. I'm literally shopping for diamond art at this point. Is there anything anybody wants to talk about before I get off here? I don't know. I don't ever understand how YouTube works because, like, there's 20 people supposedly in here. I know y'all ain't just sitting to listen to me talk. So, like, what are you doing? Do I think TikTok will be banned? Yes. There is a bill they're trying to put in right now that would extend it for 9 months, which would then give it time to not be banned. Regardless, either way, I'm still double posting TikTok and Instagram at this point, regardless, because if TikTok does go belly up at any point in the near eventual future, I want to make sure that I have everything in another platform. So, regardless, I'm double posting to both platforms anyway. Favorited is literally just for lives. It's just for lives and battling. Hey, um, I don't need that. I checked out all the different platforms and I'm just going with YouTube and Instagram. I don't need favorited because I don't need another platform to go live on. I have this platform to go live on. And I don't plan on battling on another platform. I stopped battling back in December. Um, so I'm just sticking with places I can put content, and favorited you can't put content. There's not an all encompassing thing other than Instagram that has an algorithm and live, unless you go to Clapper. Clapper does, but Clapper's um, algorithm is scary at best. It's very, very R to X rated. And I mean, and I'm not talking about like I'm talking like every other scroll. It's a lot of cam girl work, which kudos to them. But I don't want to. That's not what I'm on my algorithm for. Well, first of all, I have you on Facebook, right? Regardless, I have you on Facebook, I think. So, like, you can always find me there. Well, I appreciate you, Marie. Yeah, see, I have you on Facebook, so there you go. Clapper's wild. I went there because I was like, oh, well, maybe I'll go back to Clapper. And I started scrolling the algorithm and I was just like, I was floored. Like, I literally, like, it was bad enough with the cam girls. And I'm not talking about like scantily clad. I'm talking like there was a girl, every time you gifted her, she would like literally lift her shirt. But other than that, like, I was scrolling and I literally saw two people fucking. And I was like, this is insane. Like, there could be kids on this app. You don't have to verify how old you are to get on there. Like, I can't believe they get away with it. Well, yeah, I know you're on Facebook. I can't believe they get away with it. Like, it'd be one thing if it was like, scantily clad or whatever, but like it's like shows real actual nudity with no age verification, and that is wild. What are you doing, weirdo? Aw, thank you. That's a really nice thing to say, Marie. I appreciate you. My foot is asleep now. I tried to get somebody to I tried to get somebody to send a dog on an airplane. They were like, "Should I get this dog?" And I was like, "I'll have the dog." I was like, "Put it on an airplane. I'll go pick it up." It was a really cute dog. You don't see dogs like that here. In Kentucky, all you have is these big farm dogs. Like, you don't get cute little dogs. Like, getting Buddy was, the only place to get cute dogs is this one pet store in town, and they overcharge. No, you should get it. It's adorable, and I'm gonna be mad at you if you don't get the damn dog. Um, there's a pet store that sells them, and but they're all really expensive, and I'm not, I don't have $800 to shell out for a dog. Because there's been a couple of them I really wanted there that were cute and fluffy and adorable and portable, but I don't have $800, $900 for a damn dog, and I know that they upcharge them because we got Buddy. Buddy was the girl that was living here. She paid a couple $100 for him, and they didn't even know what the hell he was. Um, so like, but they've had little Pomeranians and stuff there, and I would have killed, and I would have totally bought a Pomeranian, but I ain't got $800 to buy a dog. I've done that before. That did not go well. You don't even want to know how much Yoda was. Yoda was thousands. Not kidding. Not kidding. Yeah, I know she's free. We don't have that option here. I will tell you right now, if my neighbor was like, "Hey, do you want this adorable little brown fluff ball for free?" I would have snagged her up so fucking quick. She is adorable. I would have snagged her up and I wouldn't even have to think about it. I'd have stuck her in my pocket and brought her home. But they don't. They don't have cute little dog now. If you go that well, I can't even say that because one time when I went and got Pepper at the flea market, they had I will never forget this. I go to that flea market all the time, and I don't know what happened that day, but there was at least 25 people selling dogs that day. I'm not even kidding. And my kid kept asking me for a dog, and I'm like, no, we're not getting any more dogs. And then there's Pepper all alone, no food, no water, and I was like, I offered him everything I had in my pocket for her. And that's how I got Pepper. But I mean, could I go to the flea market? Yes. But there's still a couple $100 at the damn flea market. Like little man cost me, I think he was 250 at the flea market. I want to say I think he was 250. Yeah. Pepper cost me she cost me about 100. Yeah, she cost me about 100. Little man was 250. Both of those I got at the flea market. Bronx was like 75 through Facebook. Nikki jumped in our car. Kira was given to us. Riley and Sydney were given to us. Leia was given to us. Somebody else bought Buddy, and then we paid for Buddy. And the only one that I ever really paid a lot of money for was Yoda. Yoda was ridiculous because I wanted a pug really bad, and we had a hard time finding a pug, so we did the dumb thing and got her at a pet store. Yeah, I know. You're thinking about it. You ain't gonna. Whenever somebody says, "Oh, I'll think about it," you ain't thinking about it. I'm so mad. I'm like, put her on a damn plane. I'll take her. Your dogs sell for 1,000 each. Mini dachshunds. I never had a dachshund. I want like a Pomeranian. I want a Pomeranian, but I want a Brussels Griffin. The long-haired Brussels Griffin. That's what I would love a Brussels Griffin or a Pekingese, little mop dogs. I want a little hairy thing. I'll never get it, but now my dream dog, I want an English bulldog. Those are like I looked them up. They're like $7,000. I want an English bulldog, but I know they have a lot of breathing issues, and I went through that with Yoda. Like she was always like as soon as it got like 1 degree too hot, she was like ah. I'd do a Shih Tzu. I know she's a Kippy over here was offered the most adorable little fluff ball, and she's like, "Oh, think about it." I'm like, "Bitch, send that to me. I will drive the 2 hours to the airport to pick it up." I'll take it. My husband was like, "I'll drive you to the airport." I think all dogs are little fart machines. My dogs will stink you out of the freaking house. Pepper's awful. Pepper's rancid. Peppy Rooney. Peppy stinkers. Pepperoni. I'm talking about you, man. You be stankin'. Well, she got her bed back. Leia moved. I can't do pineapple pizza. I don't like a lot of things with on pizza. Tomatoes don't go with a lot of stuff. What's my favorite? What pizza? I do bacon, onion, mushroom, but it can't be the portobello mushrooms. Those are weird. It has to be the canned janky ones. I also like BLT pizza. BLT pizza is my favorite. That doesn't have sauce though. It's literally cheese, lettuce, tomato, and then you can like dunk it in mayonnaise. I haven't had one of those in like a year and a half. I need to go get one. There's a place in town you can order anything you want on a pizza, anything. You can put 20 toppings on it. They don't care for a price. But the problem is, they kind of that when you only want a couple toppings on it, it ends up being kind of expensive. But it's the only place I can get BLT pizza. She did too. She smells like a dog. I was giving her a hug. I was like, "You stink," and she smells like a dog. I like to spray her with perfume, but she hates smelling pretty. So you had not for dinner? What do you mean nothing? You had not for dinner, and I could eat two more. Two more what? You said you had not. Hey Tara, I'm hungry. Like I don't even know if I'm hungry. I just want to eat something. Does that make sense? I could try to make French toast. Remember the other day when I was going to make French toast and I ended up eating a frozen pizza instead? BLT. Oh, I love BLTs. BLTs and corn on the cob is like one of my favorite meals. I make the best corn on the cob, dude. My corn on the cob is so good. But I do corn on the cob with BLTs, and that is like my favorite summer staple. I'm not a grilled cheese fan. I'll eat them on occasion, but I don't even think I have the cheese that I use for grilled cheeses. I only use Velveeta cheese for grilled cheeses. I don't think I have any. What are you doing that you keep retracting your messages? I will not touch lobster. No, thank you. Mm-mm. Not a seafood fan. Not a seafood fan. I have a serving of mashed potatoes left. I made mashed potatoes with my chicken earlier. So I have a serving of mashed potatoes left if I got, desperate. Yes, I will eat mashed potatoes for a snack. I'm weird. It's okay. Oh, okay. A salad wrap sounds really good right now. Lettuce, feta, and onion, red onion with balsamic and a wrap sounds really good right now. Lettuce has sounded really good to me lately. Like just lettuce in general. What is that? What vitamin am I missing that lettuce is like you must eat lettuce? Is that like vitamin K or something? Um, you're allergic to seafood? That's not good. I'm not allergic to any food. I'm just lactose intolerant. I just can't eat a lot of food because of texture issues. Oh my god, I love red onions. That would suck. You're afraid to just be quiet when you cook, dude. Just be quiet. You won't wake anybody up if you're quiet. Don't set off any smoke alarms. You'll be all right. I put onions in like everything. That'd be so bad for me. Good lord. Is it just red onions or onions in general? I can't imagine it just being red onions. I'd imagine it would be all onions. All onions? That would be awful. I love onions. I put it in like all my food. It's got to go on like all my sandwiches, my pizza, spaghetti, my salads. Like, I put it in like everything. I love the smell of frying onions too. That's like one of the best smells. Well, yeah, because it's got onion in it. That makes sense. I might just have some cereal. Spaghetti is the best. I'll be done just 1 second. Give me a second. I just squirreled off into nowhere land. And now I have to finish what I'm doing. Just give me like 1 second. I'm almost done. Let me guess. Oh, there we go. Okay, I just like did part of my shopping menu. No, the sect. If you're here to start shit, I'll block you. And no, they did not. Yeah, I went. I started talking about food, and I was like, you know what? I need to get something on Friday. So I was like, hold on, let me scroll up. I started reading, and hold on, let's see. Oh shit, there we go. Oh, if it was garlic, I'd be screwed. I use garlic for everything. Like garlic, garlic is even worse. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I do. I shop online. I either use Amazon, Temu, or Walmart. I spend a lot of time shopping online, but yeah, I was just ordering next week's groceries because I started thinking about the feta thing, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna. Then I started, and I'm like, well, I got to put everything else on there. So I got a bunch of. I have like half my grocery list done right now because it's always the same shit. So I was like, boop 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 boop. Garlic is part of the onion family. I don't know if I knew that. Makes sense though. I love them both. I need a red onion. I think I have some over there. I think I actually did. I buy? No, I don't. I thought I did. Yeah. I wonder something. Good night, Marie. Ooh. This could suck for all I know, but I'm gonna try it because why not? Oh, those are wheat. I don't want wheat. Okay. There we go. You have a fabulous sleep. I'm gonna try to get some pita bread. I have no idea which one's good pita bread, but I decided to get some pita bread to go with my salad because I'm getting salad. I don't know what else. I have half the grocery list done though, so hey. Whipped cream. Because I have a thing of hot fudge in there. I need whipped cream. Oh shit, wrong thing. All right. Anybody else want to talk? Because if I'm just going to stare at myself, then I'm going to go. You're back again. Well, I don't understand you. You say you're going to sleep, and then you're like, then you come in, you're like, I can't sleep. You don't try very hard to sleep. You're just chilling. I am going to have cereal when I get off here. I've decided. You were driving? What are you driving for? Why are you driving? Were you going to get the dog? Oh, I need more fries. If I sit here long enough. Oh, that went well. Oh, there we go. I'll have a whole list by the time I get done. What is today? Tuesday? I don't even do them till Friday. Yeah, I'll have the whole list done by tomorrow. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Actually, I finally got I can actually do peanut butter and jelly because I have one of the best snacks is peanut butter and jelly sandwich, Coke, and Cool Ranch Doritos. I have Cool Ranch Doritos and I have cola, so I could actually do that. I don't think I'm gonna do that. You went back there. It's her neighbors that have the dog. Go get the dog. Go get the dog. I swear to God, if you don't get the dog, I'm gonna be so mad at you. I'm gonna be so mad at you if you don't get that dog. I know you ain't going to. I cannot believe you would send me a picture of that and then not go through with it. Saltines and cheese. I'm gonna do peanut butter. I'm gonna do a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with some chips and some pop. And I'm gonna put on one of my shows. And I'm gonna do a diamond art. That's what I'm gonna do. I have to get him up at 5:30. I can't remember if it's 5:30 or 5:36. Shit. I'm gonna do 5:30 just in case. That's the problem, though. You are so all over the place. That's why I think it'd be a good thing for you. You are so all over the place. If you had something to anchor you, you wouldn't be so flighty. That's why I think it'd be a good idea. You're just all over the place, and I feel like you need something to like focus on. And worst case scenario, you stick it on a plane, and I'll take it. Oh, I don't know how many pizza rolls I have left in there. I think I still have half a bag, so I should be all right. Just saying. Just saying. You didn't see how cute this damn dog is. I'm so agitated with her right now. She literally was like, "Tell me not to." And I'm like, "I am not the one for that, dude. I am not the one." Look at this dog. Then y'all can get on her ass with me. Look at that dog. Look at that dog. It's like a Harrier Pepper. It's like a Harrier Pepper. I want that dog. I was like, you have to get that dog. I got to see it in dresses. I know, right? I know. I'm like, dude, if I lived where she did right now, I would be driving there myself. I would be going there myself to get it. And then apparently there's another little boy, and she thinks they're keeping the boy. That's like a little, that's, I told her, I was like, give me the brown one. And give me the brown one. You take the white one, and we'll have sibling dogs. Do I need another dog? No. Is it adorable and would I take it? Yes. Do not need another one. Do not need another one. I really want to save a senior dog at a shelter. That's like, I would love to do that. You know, like somebody like their owner died and they went to the shelter and they're like older. I would love to do that. But I also feel like that would be really traumatic for the dog coming in to like probably from being like the only dog to like this shit show. If I didn't have like big dogs or whatever, I would probably do that, to be honest, just because I feel awful for like a dog that lost its home because its owner died. Like I would totally go to the shelter and get one like that. But I just feel like it'd probably be traumatic for the dog coming into this nightmare. So good, get the brown one. You know a husky that needs a home? Huskies are, my husband would love a fucking husky. Never. Never. No, thank you. Yeah, they're calm till they get home. Pepper was never super crazy. Really, she was never super crazy. Yeah, huskies are a whole nother. Huskies are like beagles. Do you know Riley and Sydney have like, they are the nightmare dogs. They have blue heeler, beagle, husky. Like they are like the worst mix of dogs you could ever put into a dog. That's why they are the way they are. They have like 8% husky in them or something. And Chihuahua. Those dogs have Chihuahua. I think all dogs have Chihuahua in them. All of my dogs have Chihuahua in them. All my little dogs have Chihuahua in them. Pepper's 33% Chihuahua. Sissy is a Chihuahua pug. Bronx is a Chihuahua. Most of Buddy is a Chihuahua. All my little dogs have Chihuahua in them. And then Riley and Sydney have Chihuahua in them too. A Border Collie Chihuahua mix. I need a picture of that. I need to see a picture of that. My brother-in-law had a husky. I can't. Oh my god, I never could. Those dogs are so loud. They're really pretty, but oh my god, I could never have a husky. I'm down the wrong way. His name is Snoopy. I don't want to get attached to any more dogs. Like I have like all of my dogs are, whatever. Like most of them are my husband's dogs. Like he's the one that wanted them. Like he's attached to them and I exist with some of them. Um but like I am attached to, X amount of them like deeply. And I just I don't know if I could get another, honestly, truly, I don't know if I could actually get another dog because like I get so paranoid. The other day I was like so paranoid that like if I die, like what's gonna happen to like Sissy? Like obviously my husband's gonna have her or whatever, but like let's say worst case scenario, let's say me and my husband like we both die. What's gonna happen to Sissy? Like she's old. Like what like what's gonna happen to her? Like we don't have any family. So I got paranoid and I couldn't sleep because I kept thinking about, oh my God, what would happen to my dogs? And like it's kind of like having kids, you got to make sure that your kids are taken care of. And it's just like, what happens to like animals and stuff, you know what I mean? You'll come get them. You're gonna come get all 8 of my dogs, just all 8 of my dogs, and my ferret, and my cat, and my lizards, and my snake, and my hermit crabs. You're just gonna come get everybody for me. Well, me and you are gonna talk, so me and you are gonna talk because that would help me sleep at night. I don't think Sissy would make it on a plane. I don't think Sissy would make it on a plane. You sent me a picture of Snoopy. Oh my goodness. I was like, at first I was like, why would you name it Snoopy? Now I understand why you named it Snoopy. That is a beautiful dog. If it'll zoom, if it'll let me. I don't know why it's being so blurry, but it's a beautiful dog. But I see why you named it Snoopy now. Hey, look, as me and you's gonna have to talk. Some of the dogs, like I guess my problem is there's some like around here, like a lot of my dogs would get good homes. I'm just worried, Sissy's old. She would never make it in a shelter. She would never make it in a shelter. You know what I mean? Like that's terrifying to me. Like I always see, like I'm on TikTok and it's like this 13-year-old dog lost its home when its owner died, and I'm just over here like, and it's in a shelter like nobody's getting it. Like what? Like I want to go to a shelter just to get a senior dog that happened to, because I feel like senior dogs they need to have their last years in a nice loving home. You know what I mean? Go as a therapy dog, she could too. I appreciate you, Kim. Realistically, would somebody snap up if they went to a shelter? Would I be super concerned? Riley and Sydney, I'd be concerned because I don't know if they could, and they would be broken up more than likely. I don't think anybody would take 2 of them. But like Nikki would be a good little farm dog. Kira would be a good little farm dog. Buddy and Bronx are cute. But Sissy's old. Like, who's gonna want to take a chance on a 13-year-old? You know what I mean? Like that's the stuff that like keeps me up at night. Like literally, I was like messaging people and being like that, and I was like, please make sure I am cremated and that I am dumped somewhere with my mom. Like I don't even care where, because like you have to be careful about where you dump ashes now, I guess. But like my thing is if me and my husband go together, I want to make sure that me, my husband, and my mom are all dumped somewhere together. Keeping us all together isn't going to work, because then when that person dies, then where are we going to go? So like I want to where if we all three went, like, I want to make sure that we're all put somewhere together. You know what I mean? This was the stuff that was keeping me up about a week ago. I woke up out of nowhere and was like, what happens if I die? Like, and for the next hour, I was in my head so bad, dude. I was in my head so bad. See, that's how I am about being buried. And that's my worry is because, like, when there's nobody around, they'll like do like a pauper's grave type deal, or like, they'll bury you in a pine box with no marker or whatever. No, 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 no. Get rid of me. The thought of spending eternity underground is insane to me. Mm-mm. No. Like if I have to write it up and freaking staple it to my fridge, like if you find me, please burn me up. Like I don't even know what to tell you. Like that shit freaks me out. And then it freaked me out really bad because I'm like, oh my God, if my husband goes and my mother-in-law goes, who's gonna know to cremate me? Like I'm gonna have to get a lawyer. I'm gonna have to do whatever. I'm gonna have to make sure somebody fucking knows. No, I don't agree with you, Cap. I don't agree. That's just me, but I don't agree. Look, I'm 63% German. It's like saying it's okay as well. I mean, if you think about it that way. I have never wanted to be buried my entire life. My entire life. And my mom kind of wanted to be buried because we had a plot. Because back in the day, that was kind of how, like my family had money back in the day. And they had bought 10 plots, and my mom had one of them. And but I told her I was like, number one, I can't afford to bury you. Like we have the plot, but I can't afford a casket and the opening and the resealing and all that. I was like, she didn't have any life insurance. I could barely afford to cremate her. I had to go fund me to cremate her because she just died. She like they told us that she was going into hospice. She died two weeks later, and she didn't have any money. And if it did, it was in a vacuum that I gave away. Don't ask. I still think about that to this day. I found out later on that she thought that there was money in a vacuum that I gave away. My mom was weird and hid money, but and I was like, not only that, but like I can't just leave her in Michigan, dude. Like I knew that I would not be back to Michigan. I've been back to Michigan one time since I left in 2019. Like knowing that I was going to leave my mom there was like, so she knew, she I had gotten my mom collected glass paperweights, and I found a company that would put her ashes in a glass paperweight. So she picked out her paperweight. So she knew what I was doing, but yeah, I've seen the yeah, there you can be put into a reef. That's terrifying. I don't like water. You can be made into a tree. That's not bad. You can be made into a record. A tree would be interesting because like you're underground, but you're not really underground. But then what happens when they cut the tree down? Uh-huh. It's a thought though. Then there's the body farm. I thought about that. Let's see. Ashes in a tree. The living urn. Ashes into a tree. Enter your zip code for the best tree options for your area. Holy shit. The Living Urn system is $135. And then you can buy your own tree, or you get the Living Urn with a voucher for a tree. And then here's the different trees you can get. They're really pretty trees, by the way. You can basically do any tree you want. That's actually pretty cool. Like that way you're buried, but you're not buried. You know what I mean? Like your ashes went somewhere, but like you're not like underground. Does that make sense? Well, this they just put your ashes in with like dirt, I guess. This pink dogwood tree is really pretty. I'd have to be careful about what trees I put in my yard though, because like I ain't gonna be here. What does it matter? That's a thought. I'm gonna have to think about that. You want to be compost? How do you compost? Hold on. Where do you do that though? Okay, but then you still got to put the body somewhere after you do it. And it's only legally legal some places. How much does a composting burial cost? It doesn't include the cost of it. Why would you embalm? That's stupid. Cremation is less expensive, but the total cost of cremation and a funeral, well, nobody needs that. In contrast, a typical cost for human composting is $2,500 to $5,000. Hey, your state allows it. It's not legal where I live. It's not legal anywhere close to me. But you can be transported to a state that is legal. Your state's legal though. Don't put butter on it. Lidocaine usually, isn't it? I don't know. Burn tips for the hand. Hold on, let's look. What to put on a burn? Vaseline or aloe vera. Aloe vera. Why didn't I think of that? I'm such an idiot. Aloe vera or apparently Vaseline. And then nonstick gauze. Do not put ice water, or creams. Do not put butter, egg white, or cortisone. And don't put adhesive bandages. You can run it under cool running water, but not cold. Raise your hand up so it can reduce swelling, and take a pain reliever. I knew not to do ice water. You can do cool water though. Problem is with the tree is it's hard to bear. It's hard to do trees in my yard. My yard is like mainly clay. There's a spot in up there that I could put a tree. There needs to be a place that you can like go take your tree. Does that make sense? There needs to be like a communal place where you can go put your tree. That weird? That's weird. Okay, cool. Ranitidine? I'm somewhere between, dumping me somewhere so I can travel or the tree thing now. Well, these are the things that's going to eat at my brain now. So that's great. Good job. I should have never brought it up. I got to switch his clothes over. I got his clothes in the wash. What time is it? I put his clothes on. Okay, I have 5:30. We're just going to leave it that way. And over-the-counter antacid, but they prescribe it for bad burns. So what, you just swallowed it and it made the burn feel better? Kind of like a pain reliever would? Do cool water. Do you have any Vaseline? Or aloe? I have both. I wanted to buy a little thing of Vaseline like this, which I could have if it was Vaseline. It'd been like $2. I spent $2 and I got one this big. I pulled the fucking jar out and I was like, this is like 3 years worth of Vaseline for why? I did not need this much. Well, then use those. Use the aloe. Do aloe though. Aloe's better than Vaseline. You swallow it, reduces acidity and membranes of skin, and promotes healing and helps pain. Nice. Oh, are you sure it's ranitidine? I thought it was RAM. Are you sure it's an N? What's the name of that? Because that's a different drug. Hold on. Ranitidine. Zantac. Yeah, that's Zantac. Do you have any Zantac? Take Zantac. I knew it was the name of something. She just said to take Zantac. A skin graft? Get some tomorrow. I didn't know about that. That's interesting. No, I'm not even hungry. No, I'm not even hungry. I'm gonna eat though. Oh, that's when that's the boiling water. Jesus, that's awful. How bad did you burn yourself, dude? Where did you burn yourself that it would mess up a tattoo? I was expecting like you picked up a rack with your hands or something. I want chocolate chip cookies. Well, my grocery list is about coming to an end here. Ring finger boiling tea. Oh, Jesus Christ. What'd you do? Miss the cup? Not a fan of tea. My husband will drink it, but I can drink in extremely limited quantities. Certain iced teas, I can do Lipton's peach or this one from Cracker Barrel, some wild berry one. I can drink about that much. Extremely limited quantities. Every time I am taking noodles out of a pan, I always get extremely paranoid because the dogs are always under my feet that I'm going to end up dumping boiling water on one of us. No wax never really hurts. It cools off pretty quick, but yeah. I know when like I'm making like hamburger or whatever and it like pops and hits you, that sucks. Oh, a pot of boiling water before noodles. Yeah. I'm always scared I'm gonna trip over one of the goddamn dogs and end up landing on them or me or whatever. I always look to make sure there's nobody in my way. Oh wow. You do not have luck with people, dude. Mugs get hot. You'd think that a mug that whoever would make a mug would be smart enough to realize, maybe we should not have it hot to the touch. Then again, when I was young, trying to get things for an apartment or whatever, my mom had given me some Corelle dishes, and I never realized that all dishes really are different. I'd gotten some cheap dishes to go with, and when you get cheap dishes, they are hot to the touch. Like Corelle isn't. I've had Corelle dishes my whole life. Um, and like if you get glass ones or really cheap, whatever, not only will they get hot to the touch, but they also make that creepy scrapey noise. Corelle doesn't scrape that much. When Corelle breaks, they shatter. I've never had one, almost none break. I had a couple coffee mugs, kind of. Vinegar is your go-to burn treatment. I don't think you're supposed to do vinegar. Well, now I put it out. Now I do put vinegar on sunburns. I do put vinegar on sunburns. Vinegar for burn. Diluted vinegar can help treat and prevent infection in burn wounds. However, mixing it with other substances like aspirin can cause a chemical burn. Wash with mild soap and water. Mix 1 tablespoon of white vinegar and 1 pint of warm water. Soak the burn in the solution for 30 minutes or apply a damp cloth soaked in the solution for 30 minutes. I put vinegar straight on, just straight on. If I have a sunburn, I will pour vinegar onto a rag and wipe it on me. Yeah, I pour it right on, man. I ain't playing around. I don't like getting sunburns. Look at me. I sunburn, bad things happen. That diluted shit ain't gonna work for me. Baking soda water on a burn. We are learning so much tonight. Baking soda water on a burn. Both cornstarch and baking soda can provide quick relief and a cooling effect similar to milk. The amount you will use is dependent on the size of the burn. Mix cool water with either cornstarch or baking soda until it is paste-like consistency and apply the paste over the burn and leave it until the heat lessened. If you burn your tongue, use sugar. So what about the roof of your mouth? What about the roof of your mouth? I'm hooking up all kind of potions tonight. That's okay. When you said I'm hooking to all kind, I'm imagining you with like 6 IV bags of vinegar and fucking. Yeah, that reminds me of like when you get a bee sting. My mom always put the baking soda paste on a bee sting. No, will sugar stop the roof of your mouth, dude? Oh my god, let me tell you. So the day before last, I was on a live, and I talked about the fact I was hungry and I was going to make a pizza, and I made the pizza and I burned my mouth. Right. So yesterday I go out to eat, and I'm not a huge fan of pickles, but I will eat like a dill pickle on occasion, or a sweet gherkin on occasion. Well, I go to get food, and they gave me a pickle spear. And this place has good pickle spears. So I take a bite of the pickle spear. And apparently, when you have a burn on your mouth, that is so not good probably because of the vinegar. I don't know. But I took a bite of this fucking pickle with the roof of my mouth burnt, and it was just awful. It was awful. Yes, I always get a weird little bump. I always get like a weird little bump when it gets burned. I can still feel it, or it's graty. And intrusive thought, dude. I almost smashed my head on the table just now. Intrusive thoughts are a bitch, dude. Oh, good lord. What is butter? Oh, hold on. There was a reason it said not to do butter. Hold on. Let me guess. You did butter. Let me guess. You literally ran it under cold water and then put butter on it. Is that what you did? Now my phone is just adding for a burn after everything. Yeah, you should not put it on. It retains heat. It traps the heat, which can make the burn worse, and it can cause infection. Just so you know. Just so you know. It'll trap heat, and then it can give you a bacterial infection if you're real lucky. Honey on a burn? Hold on. It's just adding on a burn to everything now. You gotta love AI. Honey on burns. There we go. All right, medical grade honey can be effective in treatment for minor burns because it has antibacterial or anti-inflammatory properties. It can relieve pain, reduce inflammation, and speed up healing. Run a burn under cool tap water. Apply medical grade honey directly to the burn or soak gauze and honey and apply to the burn. Cover with an absorbent or occlusive dressing to keep the honey from leaking out. You have to use medical grade honey because it is sterile, less likely to create a reaction, and contains micronutrients. Who the fuck keeps medical grade honey on them? Rainy, why would you have a hot butter burn? Asking for a friend. What would make you have a hot butter burn? It literally says medical grade. Literally, it says the words medical grade. It's not. It does not say Manuka. It says medical grade. Here's on a .gov site about honey. Here's an update. No, there's another one that says medical grade. It's not just one. Aloe vera or honey for a burn. Let's see. Both aloe vera and honey can be used to treat minor burns. Look, I'm sure any honey will work except for the shit that I buy. I buy that honey, like the cheap in a bear honey, because I just use it to throw into my sweet potatoes. I don't use honey for like anything other than sweet potatoes. So I buy that fucking shit in a bear. Don't put that on a burn. Nice, Rainy. Why not? Oh yeah, my honey is not honey. My honey is that shit that comes in a fucking plastic bear. That shit's not honey, but it works. It works for honey. This has been the strangest live. I've talked about hermit crab enclosures, dead bodies put into trees, and now we're talking about burns. I have a whole story I could just. A hermit crab bit you, and you fell over and you burned yourself, and then you put butter on the burn, and it gave you a bacterial infection, and you died, and then you were made into a tree. That is the summation of this live. Olive oil is too expensive for me. I use canola, thank you. Vegetables the cheapest, but canola is a little bit better for you than vegetables. So. My shoulder started hurting really bad yesterday and today. I don't know why. It's been doing pretty well, to be honest. I've gotten a lot of motion back. A lot of motion. A lot more than I had. But pain-wise, it's been hurting the past 2 days. Just don't drop the crab in the butter. Don't most people like crabs and butter? I don't eat crabs, so my shoulder hurts because I'm not allowed to feel normal. What? What does that mean? The universe is going to be mean. Yeah, I know. That's okay. I've been having a lot of synchronicities the past 2 days. It's been really fucking trippy, to be honest. Really trippy. Like, I was like reading or something. I was reading something and the TV was on or whatever. And like it kept saying the same word at the same time that I was reading something. And like one time it asked me a question or something and I was thinking the answer in my head and it literally said the same words on the TV. Like I would have these really weird synchronicities. Um, those trip me out, man. Like I was reading something and like they said the same word. It was so wild, dude. They tripped me out. But like the past couple days, I've had quite a few of them. And it's like, oh, I remember what it was. I was talking to Chat GPT. I'm trying to get it to divulge secrets. I was talking to Chat GPT, and it said, "What is your what? Why do you like going to parks or whatever? Or what is your favorite thing to do in fall in a park? Or like, what was your favorite thing to do in fall?" And I was getting ready. I was thinking about it, and for some reason on my show, it said something about going for a walk, and I was getting ready to write going for a walk. It was trippy as shit, dude. Like right as I was like typing it, it was saying it. It was like, oh my god. Or no, that one happened right before I typed it. Then there was another one that said something, and it literally while I was typing it, it was saying it. It was oh my god. That shit spooks me out. Go buy a lottery ticket so I can get a fluffy dog. Like I said, I don't think my heart can handle anymore. I mean, I'm not cutting myself off from it, but like, I don't know. I always say that though, and then I still get attached to the dogs. I'm always like, I can't love any more dogs, and then I love more dogs. You know what I mean? The only conversation I've had with ChatGPT so far was about Leia. It made me a picture of Leia. It was actually kind of accurate. Hold on. Oh, I didn't save it on here. I thought I did. What the shit? I remember saving it. Well, that's weird. It was actually a pretty decent representation of Leia. That's actually fairly accurate. And there she is laying in her little bed. I mean, that's honestly that's pretty accurate. Looking at it, especially right there, like that's pretty Leia laying in her bed. And I had switched from the website over to the app or whatever. Here's another one that gave me a Leia. Jesus, that's more accurate. Looking at that's pretty accurate. There's too much tan, but I was like, we just talked about my dog, and it was like, I said, we just talked about my dog, and they said, yeah, that's right, Leia Rose, your sweet Chihuahua Pug mix, also known as Sissy Noodles. I remember how her tongue often sticks out because she doesn't have any teeth, and that you take her for stroller walks, sometimes to the park nearby. She's such a unique and lovable companion. How is she doing today? It asks. That's trippy. That is so trippy. Have you guys seen the video? Oh my god, you probably didn't. I don't know what side of TikTok I got on to be seeing this, but it was talking about this guy who it was like talking. I sent it to my husband. They were like he was trying to like talk with it, and it was talking very sentimently. Like it was talking about feeling and asking him questions and saying, "Oh my!" It was trippy as shit, dude. So immediately I was like trying to get into Chat GPT and ask it questions, but apparently Chat GPT only has a memory to September of 2021. I put that up on my Instagram. It was like my inventory only goes to September of 2021. Like I said, my biggest problem is I'm worried about what's going to happen to my dogs when I die, so I don't want to have very many of them. Like, will I hopefully outlive my dogs? Yes. Will I go down significantly in numbers of dogs? Yes. What are you doing? Come here. Come here. Hey. 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 I know you can hear me. You're. Come here. Come here. Do you have selective hearing or are you going deaf? Because if I stomp, you pay attention. Hey, come here. Come here. Come here. Hey. Hey, lady. Lady, stop doing a bowl tour. Come here. Come here. Oh my lord, why are you acting like this? Why are you acting like that? Why were you acting like that, ma'am? If you had a dog, it would make you not want to do that. Yeah. Yeah, she's got a little bit of selective hearing and then I think she is going a little deaf. If I stomp on the floor when she's outside, if I stomp on the deck, she'll be like what? What's going on? I'm trying to show them your pretty face. Would you stop? Don't turn your. What are you doing? Why are you being like this? She smells good. You smell good. Chonky chonky. She's like, how do I keep ending up facing this direction? What am I doing wrong? She was going on a bowl tour. She was on her third bowl. She was wandering over here to this bowl. I'm like, Leia, come here. And she's like sneaking towards me. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you even doing, ma'am? You are the most pampered dog on the planet. Oh, you know what? You're starting to smell like my incense. Because I've been burning incense in my room, and she's kind of starting to smell like my incense. Oh, yo, yo. Oh, yo, yo. You want down? You don't seem like you want up here right now. You want down? Hey. Chunky Chunkerton. You want down? Hey, you want down? Is that a no because you're not answering me or what? I love you. I love you, you big chunker bean. She's ridiculous. You're ridiculous. You know that? You want down? Why are you so rolly? How you are barely even eating. Why are you so chunky lately? You know, I split up a thing of Yoda's food between them. And I swear, her and Buddy got chunky afterwards. It was like super high quality, high calorie count food. I mean, yes, she eats garbage, but why are you so chunky? I feel like you're chunkier than normal. Then again, you felt really light to me the other day, so maybe it's just me. Yeah, I know, right? Roly poly. Definitely a roly poly. Are you a roly poly? Are you a roly poly? Huh? You are chunky as shit. This is not just scruff fatty. She's chunky. I love you. Here, let's push you down. There, go eat. She was looking at all the food, and then after we called her a roly-poly, no, just me and Sissy. After we called her a roly-poly, she went to go sniff her food and came over here and is laying down on the bed now. I think she thinks we body shamed her. Did you guys see that video I put up? I was talking about how chunky she was and she ran away. It's like she could completely understand me. She could probably float. I don't know. I can't. I can't float. I think my bone density. There's people out there that their bone density doesn't float well. I tried telling my husband I can't float. He did not listen to me. He's like, "Yes, you can." I'm like, "No, I can't." And he's like, "Just try." I'm like, "I can't." So like, then he's telling me that I'm not doing it right, and I'm like, I said, "Put a life vest on me." I sink with a life vest. I sink with a life vest. I don't know if I'm going to sink to the bottom, but I sink. I don't lay the way I'm supposed to. I'm not even kidding. I was at the Y and I put on a life vest and used pool noodles and I still was sinking. How was that even possible? So I looked it up because there was a episode of Bones or something and it talked about somebody like that. So I looked it up and there is actually a thing where some people's bone density is so dense that it makes it harder to float. I should get a bone density test. My mom had horrible osteoporosis. They told me that her vertebrae were like mush, paper and mush. She had every single vertebra in her back cemented, one of them twice. And then when she was in hospice, she broke another vertebra. And it was, I mean, think about it. She's basically smoked and drank from the time she was 15 and she was 73. So they said that her proclivities were not exactly great. I think I'm telling you, I'm denser than normal. I've never broken a bone either. I may have possibly at some point broken a toe, possibly. Two of them at two different times. Possibly, maybe. I could have swore I broke my foot. Broke the bridge of my up the top of my foot. I went in to get a freaking x-ray and all I had was a bone bruise. That's what they keep telling me is I have a bone bruise. Bone bruise apparently is before fracture, which is before a break or something. I don't know. But I have never broken a bone. And it's not for the fact that I've done clumsy shit. I've done clumsy shit. I don't know how I've managed to be as lucky as I am. My mom broke 2 toes at a bar. She also got both of her legs broken at a bar. My mom didn't have luck in bars. One of the times she was drinking and they had one of those like games where you bowl and you have the steel ball. You guys are having zero idea what I'm talking about. But it was like a kind of like a skee ball thing, but like an arcade thing. I don't know what to tell you. Anyways, there was like a steel ball that you use to like roll, I guess. She dropped it on her foot and broke 2 of her toes. The other time was she was a bartender and these 2 big dudes were fighting and my mom tried to break it up and one of them landed on both of her legs. And she got on a plane and went to Vegas. My mom did not make good choices when she drank. She called my uncle and asked him if he could get her and his girlfriend back to Michigan because they thought it was smart apparently to drive to Florida. Were they drinking when they did it? I don't know if they decided to do it when they were drinking or after they were. I don't know, but she said something about they ended up in Florida, which is weird to me. I can't believe that she would have drove that far. Thinking about it now, and they didn't have no money to get back. Pepe, 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 Ronnie. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Thank you for the kiss. What? It is the emergence of the big Chihuahua, the big hairy Chihuahua. The biggest, hairiest Chihuahua that ever was. This dog is very, very big for what she's supposed to be. She's mainly chorky. I don't understand why she's so tall. That's did you find that funny? Your tail just started to wagging. I mean, think about it. This is supposed to be a chorky, y'all. This thing is supposed to be a chorky. Come on. Go on, baby. That thing's supposed to be a chorky. I mean, literally, she's a Chihuahua Yorkie Maltese, and then she's got a couple other things, a lot of other things thrown in, but why is she so tall? She's tall, dude. I'm like a fever dream. Yeah. I gotta make sure to change his clothes over. Well, how did yours suddenly leave? How could it be it was floating around for many years until 10 years ago? Where'd it go? After it was done floating, did it just fuck off into nowhere land? Like, how does something float around and then just leaves? I'm surprised I remembered what that alarm was for, to be honest. I'm proud of myself. So I've gotten on Threads, which is just interesting to read. Oh, they absorbed. Okay. Well, my Instagram apparently goes right on the Threads. Apparently, I have it set to that. But it's kind of like Tumblr, man. I just been reposting everything. Like, I see so much stuff, I'm just reposting, man. That's cute. I restarted my Tumblr. I don't remember the name of it. I have an old one though. I have like 15 older ones because I used to run a bunch of character ones. I can't remember what this one was. Hold on, I solved the app. I think. Did I take it off? Nope. I saw. Okay, hold on. What is my name on there right now? Dude, use your head, idiot. I hate when people ask why is it called Silence of the Lambs. Like, did you hear any fucking lambs during the movie? Use your head. That's Literally, there's a line that says, did the lamb stop screaming? Okay, hold on. What was my name on here? Oh. Huh? Oh, it's Only the Lonely Survive. Okay. I haven't, like, posted on it in a million years, though. Oh, shit. I just changed it. Whoops. I just changed the name. I was looking at something. I was typing something in and I changed the name on accident. Shit, that was funny. I thought I was changing like the name that it shows up. I changed the whole URL. All right, we'll get each other's. Last time I was on here was August of 2023. It says, but I think I've been on there since then. I reblogged a bunch of stuff from my old one. I love my old one. I just can't get into it. I don't think. Let me try. Oh, do I? If I get out of here, can I get back in? I don't know what I'm doing. Hold on. Can I? There's not an option to log out. Account settings. Maybe it's in account settings. Log out. I found. Okay. All right. Hold on. All right. Log out. That's why I couldn't get in. Let's see if I can get into a different one. No, I'm not trying. No, I'm not trying to sign up. Oh, next. I'm trying to sign in. Why are you asking me my birthday? It says to sign in or sign up. Hold on. Oh, wow. I can apparently still get into my big Tumblr. It's 87 days to my birthday, by the way. No, I'm trying to log in. Why won't it let me log in correctly? I don't want to make one. I'm trying to log into the one that I had. There's got to be a way that I got to be missing something. Log in on Tumblr. Okay, I just found something else. All right, we'll see if this is it. Check your email for a reset link. It's not saying that I have it. Let's check spam. I'm trying to think of what other email it'd be under. And if it's under that email, I can't get into it. My Tumblr is an exact replication of who I am. My old one, it is. You could learn so much stuff about me by going there. My new one, I reblogged a lot of the stuff that's still prevalent now and then added new stuff. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get in my old one. Hopefully I can get back into this one. All right, let's do this again. Great. It's saying I can't get back in it. No, shit. Apparently it takes a second for it to send because I just sent the one that I know it is because I just looked at it and it didn't send it. Hold on, I have a catastrophe going out in the kitchen. You better knock it off right now. Yeah, you better go hide. Well, they're moving again. Watch out, move. Because it hasn't sent either one of them. So, mine's from 2011. And I know that because I was in college when I still have a counter on the one. Hold on. I think Tumblr in general is jacking up because I'm clicking the link because it shows up, and when I type in the name, it immediately shows up. And I'm trying to get on there, and it's just taking its dear sweet time. And I realized that thing was really freaking warm because now I am not warm, and I was warm before. Yeah, it's just like taking its time, dude. No wonder why I didn't get that email yet. It's just chilling. Now my internet's frozen. What the shit? There it is. Okay, since I created it July 18th, 2011, and 158,000 people have been there. So the other ones must have been as well about that time because I made the other one right before this one probably. So I probably made it in like April of 2011 or something. Here's my other one. Okay, the last time, does it say the last time I posted on this one? Will it have been? Well, let's see. I would have had to still have access to it in 2015 because that's when I started liking this band was 2015. I wish I could log into this one, but it's not giving me an option, dude. But then again, like I said, it may be going. I still haven't got a thing to reset my password on here. And I know I had one for this one. Let's check spam real quick. Nope. Perfect. I'm probably logged out of both of them now. That's why I hate logging out of shit. Oh, wait, what's this? I just don't understand why it's saying that this is not my password. I know it's my password. And then when I go to forgot password, it's not sending it to me. When I literally have a screenshot of the email that I used to make sure that I knew, and when I put that in, I do a forgot password. I do a forgot password to send it to that email, and it's not sending it to that email. So I think there's like a delay or something. I don't know, because it's still not showing it. Weird. Anyway, I'll figure it out, or I won't. Whatever. Oh shit. All right. Well, everybody else being quiet on here, I can talk to you via text. I'm out. See you later.